When I was in first grade, fifth graders used to come on our playground, and I was a big kid. I was 100 pounds in first grade. Big kid. These fifth graders would come in, and every day they'd beat me up and take my lunch money. And I got tired of it. So I figured it out. I could hide behind a tree. There was this massive tree out there, and I just kept moving around the tree as they'd come on the playground. And the first day I did it, I was so excited. I made it through the day with my lunch money. And at 100 pounds, you know, I want my lunch money. I like to eat. I went home, I was so excited, I told my mom, "Mom, guess what? Today I didn't get pushed around by the bully." And my mom got really, really mad at me. I was shocked. She got mad because I was afraid. And I didn't face my fear. So I never told my mom again that. But I learned a valuable lesson there. It took me some time, but we've got to stand up to our bullies. Because the only way to face a bully, the only way to stop him or her, you have to stand your ground. You can't move that line in the sand. You've probably seen the commercial or the cartoon growing up when you were a kid, where the cartoon character is daring the other person, draws a line in the sand and says, "I double dare you to step across this line, because if you do, this is going to happen." Well, and the big bully steps across the line, and they erase that line, they draw another one, and they just keep doing it. It never ends. And that's a lot like us in life, because life is the ultimate bully. Life is always throwing us curves, because life isn't fair. It's never going to be fair. Stuff's going to happen. We're going to get laid off. Something will happen to a family member. The IRS will come calling. Something's going to happen that we didn't know was going to happen. We weren't ready for, we weren't prepared for, because life is a bully. And ultimately, a lot of times, we're moving our line in the sand. We're hiding behind a tree like I did in first grade because we're afraid of the bully. I remember I was in a group of people, and a good friend of mine was there, Sherry. Sherry, if you're watching this, thank you. She called me out. I've been telling people for years, I'm going to start a website. I'm going to start a website, I'm going to do this and do this. And I kept putting the excuse out there that I didn't have the money to do it, and I didn't have the knowledge yet. I was still learning. I was doing my research. I was getting there. And this went on for almost 5 years. Finally, one time my friend, Sherry, she got upset and fed up with me, and she called me out in front of people and said, "Well, what are you really waiting for? Because that's kind of an excuse. It's kind of lame." And I had to think about it for a minute, and actually the real reason was I was afraid. I was afraid to step out there and do it. I'm afraid of the unknown. I'm afraid of what would happen. I'm afraid of you laughing at me. I'm afraid of looking silly. Maybe you are too. I was hiding behind the tree again, but this time I was 45 years old, and I'm still doing what I did in first grade. So I didn't learn the lesson too well. Here's my thoughts to you. Life is going to be a bully. It's going to be a bully for everybody. It's just not going to be fair. We have to face that fact. And the only way to take on the bully is head on. You're going to have to step out from behind the tree, or whatever excuse you're hiding behind. For me, I was hiding behind, I need more research, I don't have the money yet, I'm just not ready, blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of what it sounds like to everybody else. We have to step out from those things, and we're going to have to face it head on. Yeah, we're going to be afraid, and I still am. Let's face it, I'm afraid almost every day. But I'd rather be afraid standing on my line than standing behind that darn tree. I'd rather get out there and face the bully, because eventually the bully backs down. I'm not going to do it the first day. The bully life is going to push you just to see how sure are you about this line. But I guarantee you this, if you stand the line and stay your course and continue to do those things that make you afraid, you'll beat the bully. My name is Ed Carcarey, and I'd love to connect with you. You can find me at edcarcarey.com, that website that I was so afraid to start, edcarcarey.com. Find your passion, you'll find your life.